Hey polish fiends, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I am going to be showing you guys a review and demo of the Flexifinger. I got the Duo, which comes with 2 fingers and the stand. So what I'm going to do is talk you through the specifics of the Flexifinger and show you a little bit of a design, which was a little bit spontaneous, I must admit. I went into it with no idea what I was going to do, but I actually really liked how it turned out, so I'm glad I did switch on my camera this time and give you guys a little whirl. So yeah, with that in mind, let's get right into it. So first, let's jump into what you actually receive in the bag. So it comes with the Flexifinger card, and on the back, which I thought was really handy, it has this little barcode thing which you scan with your mobile phone, and it'll show you all the instructions and everything you need to work your Flexifinger. But let's face it, it isn't really rocket science. So inside this little bag, which comes in this little sort of, I don't know what to call it, tool bag or something, you get the stand, and you also receive 2 fingers. On the fingers, you will receive 2 sort of nail beds, nail tips, and you also get 2 spare ones. So all in, you will receive 4 tips, so it gives you the opportunity to have a little play before you have to buy any more tips. And I do believe that the tips that are in this one specifically are a size 3, and they are weld tips. So yeah. So this is the new stand, and it comes with a 6.5cm suction cup, and as you can see, I'm just showing you that it has this little lever mechanism which tightens the suction cup. So you pull it down, and as you can see, it does not work on my little piece of board. You do need a shiny surface, so as you can see on my desk, I have this piece of glass just protecting the wood from my desk. What I did was slowly just push the sort of suction cup down, and as you can see, this little lever here is really hard to get down, which is telling you how much this suction cup is like actually sticking to the desk. So it's going nowhere, so when you're filing and everything else, that is not going anywhere whatsoever. So as you can see, you have 2 little dials here. You have one that puts the lever up and down, so you could fix it to whatever size and height you want your finger at, and then the one you see here is the top dial, and this one is to move this little sort of like mechanism here, and this basically allows you to move the finger from left to right. At the back, it has a screw, so as you can see, the finger is quite lifelike, and it is the size of a normal finger. So with these tiny little nail tips, what they would do is they actually go up into the nail bed of the finger, so you could basically just put it halfway in and use it for nail art, or you push it all the way and it works as a nail bed. So as you can see, I'm just winding this in, and it screws in with no issues whatsoever, but I wanted you guys to see the finger, so I am going to push this out of view. But it's the same deal, it just, you push it down to allow that suction cup to get a good stick to your desk, and then you are good to go. So like I mentioned previously, there is a few ways that you could use this finger. You could use that little plastic tip as a nail bed, so you could go ahead and glue any kind of tip that you would like. So what I also like to do, and I found a fab cheat, is to go ahead and get the biggest size of your tips and push that in, and basically you have a ready-made finger that you could just go ahead and work on, and you don't have to go through the whole dreaded process of building a nail unless that's what you're practicing on. So I don't feel like if you are just practicing, you need to go ahead and build a nail, so which could take so long. So if you're just wanting to do some kind of nail art, it is super easy just to grab a bigger size nail tip and pop it in, and it's quite sturdy and doesn't move anywhere. So for the purposes of today's video, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. But as you can see, the nail beds are just long enough for you to attach a little tip on there, and you could go ahead and file that in shape, then build structure just like you would on a normal nail. So the Flexifinger is acetone proof and can be used for all different kinds of enhancements, from gels to acrylic. So for the purposes of today's video, I'm just going to show you a quick tutorial on how easy it is that you could practice any kind of nail art that you wish. So for this tutorial, I'm going to be using the Neo Nails base and top coat. I'm also going to be using one of their polishes, which is called Dirty Green, and then I'm using 2 from Victoria Vin, Toasted Almond I think that was, and Electric Lime. And like I mentioned, for the purposes of today's video, I'm just going to be using it as a quick practice for some nail art. So I've gone ahead and applied my tip and pushed it right up into that finger, which totally weirds me out, I'm not going to lie. And then I've filed everything into shape, and I'm now going in with a base coat. And here you could see what you would have to do to remove it and how easy it is to just take the finger off, pop it into your LED light, and then go ahead and re-screw it back on. But because you have two fingers, you could go ahead and have one ready while the other one is drying, so it's really great for that as well. So for the purposes of this nail art, I am just going in with toasted almond, and I'm doing 2 coats of that, allowing each coat to dry for 30 seconds in between each layer. And then onto my paint palette, I'm putting a blob of dirty green, also some electric lime and some black gel polish that is absolutely random as hell, and I have zero clue what it is. But using my dotting tool, I'm now going in and working on the base of my art. And for that, I'm using a tiny little dotting tool, and I'm using dirty green. And I'm going to add some random as hell little triangles going down this nail. And I actually thought when I was finished it that it kind of looked like camouflage. I had no rhyme or reason going in with it, but I actually really loved how this design turned out, and I thought it looked fab underneath the bling. So yeah, I'm going in with some of these triangles. I'm not drying it, I am just not filling them in either. I'm just basically mapping out where I want them to be, and then using electric lime, I'm going to kind of surround these, but not all the way, if that makes any sense. And I just want to say, guys, I really found working with this Flexifinger super easy. It felt kind of weird to me, I'm not going to lie. It does not feel like a realistic finger unless you have something wrong with your skin. But it was so easy to work with. It felt right in the hand. It didn't take up any space or anything like that on my desk, which if you have a small desk, that could be a thing when you're talking about a nail trainer or anything like that. Like, you need a pretty big space for the nail trainer. So with this, it's super compact, and if you have small spaces, it is the perfect kind of tool to have if you want to practice a design and don't want to do it on your natural nails in case you mess up whatever you have underneath. I actually really love this, and for £29 I really do feel like you're getting a pretty good tool that isn't so far out there. You're not paying over £100 for it, which some of these silicone hands could be like crazy amounts. I think the actual full hand of this only costs £79, which to me is absolutely crazy when you think you're paying sometimes up to £1,000 for a realistic practice hand. So I really do think you're getting a good deal for your buck with this Flexifinger. So back to the design, as you can see, I've swapped over to my brush, and I'm now filling in those little triangles with the rest of that dirty green. And I did go ahead and add some black lines as well, just to add a little bit of extra dimension and break up that green colours. And now that I've got the basic pattern that I wanted, I'm now going to go in just with those same 3 colours and also toasted almond, just to tidy up that and make the triangles a little bit more refined and tidy it up a little bit. And I also want to mention that I am flash curing in between all of this. I just didn't show you the unwinding of the finger and all that. And now you could see that I'm going in with some of the Neo Nails top velour, which is their matte top coat, and then I'm wiping away the sticky layer to bring out the matte effect. And this is what the design looked like so far. I must admit I actually really liked it, but you know me and my bling, I have to bling up everything. So I'm first going to pierce the nail with this little piercer thing. It's a bit odd and it took me quite a while to do it, but I actually had so much fun with it, I'm not going to lie. Like, no adult should be that excited about piercing a nail, but there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and pierce that with that little tool, and then I did find it a bit difficult to get this little jewellery to sort of get into the hole. That sounds so dirtier than I planned, but there we go. I'm just going to basically bend it slightly and work it into that hole, and then when I'm happy with it, I just close that up. And now for the bling, I first used this little glue thing that I got from Vixie Nails in a pack of false tips. tips, and I am just basically adding some glue, and then I first added a gold feather to the top of the nail to cover up the smudge from the top coat, because apparently I'm a fool and did not dry it for long enough and it smudged my design, but that feather completely covered it up. So nice. And then I'm going in with some of these Eby crystals in various sizes. I have SS16, SS12, SS9 and SS6, I believe. I will go ahead and leave the exact sizes down in the description box for you guys, but I'm just basically adding a small S sort of shape between the piercing and the feather, and then also along the cuticle area. And this is what the design looked like once I was complete, and I must admit I absolutely loved it. And how weird is it that when you do a design that's really nice, it isn't on your own nails? Like, every time I do my nails, I have to end up filing so many designs off, and then I'm like, yeah, I should have practiced first. So these are going to be perfect if, like me, you have no clue what you're usually doing with your nails and you go into it with no plan in mind. I love that you could practice all different kinds of nail art, and then you could also do acrylic extensions, gel extensions, you could do silk wraps, you could do anything that you put your mind to with these fingers. And like I say, they are acetone proof, so you could soak off your design, and I really love them and I would highly recommend them. And as always, I will leave them linked down below for you guys so you could check out where I got them, and I will also leave the worldwide distributor. So guys, that's us finally reached the end of today's video, and if you did enjoy my review of the Flexifinger, please give me a thumbs up, I would totally appreciate it. And if you're new to my channel, hello, my name is Kylie, I am a complete nail polish addict, and on this channel you will find everything from nail art to swatches, reviews and the occasional haul. So if that's something that piques your interest, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!